Alright guys, now what I want to tell you guys in this video is that having high hopes and believing in yourself is amazing and really, really good, right? Very, very, very important, right? And having a belief in yourself doesn't mean you're going to get somewhere now or the next day or in a year or 2 years or 3 years. So does it mean in 5 years or 10 years or whatever, right? And that's okay too. Like I've had my channel for 5 years on YouTube. So maybe for me, I think this is the year I'm going to be famous. But even if it happens in 5 years, that's good enough for me, right? But I'm pretty sure this is the year I'll be famous. But yes, so and I think even if I have like 88,000 subscribers, I think that's good enough, right? Because that girl made a career and she's able to live her life with 88,000 subscribers, right? So, in general, I think I can still keep my job with that 88,000 subscribers and still have that income too, right? But yeah, if that doesn't pay as well as I think it does, right? Because she said it basically pays her bills, right? So, and she's able to do that as a solo career, right? So, anyway, which I'm very excited about because that's really nice to me because I'm very happy with 88,000 subscribers. I know realistically, even if I don't get the millions, I think I will get very, very high millions. But even if I don't, 88,000 subscribers is incredible. Easier to manage that in the near future. So very happy that that could be my career. This could be my career at 88,000 subscribers. That'd be very cool. But yes, anyway, so, I don't want to give false hope, right? I don't want to give false hope. And that doesn't mean you're not successful, doesn't mean you're not going to be famous, doesn't mean you're not the one that's going to be the next star in the world. When I say I don't want to give false hope, I don't want people to feel like they can treat people badly or do whatever and know they're going to be famous. Because they know they're going to be famous, right? I want people to know that if it's not realistic for you to be famous on here, then it might not be realistic. But the fact that I want to give a shimmer of hope and I want people to realize, like it's tough love, right? You don't want to say everybody can do this because it's a hard job and not everyone can, right? But I really believe that if you work towards it, and you know you have some star quality, even if it's just a little bit, that you can make it, right? And trust me guys, I've seen so many videos where I watch the video and I'm like, I watch it and my stomach sinks and I'm like, oh, this means this for me, right? And you watch certain videos that you're like, your self-esteem plummets or you feel like, oh my God, this, right? This is a disaster, right? And I'm very successful, very handsome, very good looking as a girl. I realize now that those things don't matter, right? If you see a video like that, you just ignore it, right? But there could be a video you're just like, oh my God, this means this for me, right? But in general, I hate those videos, right? And those videos don't mean a thing if you know your worth and you know you will be successful, right? I'm just talking about some people might be feeling like I'm very encouraging and very nice about all this, which maybe if it's not realistic, it's not realistic, right? But if it is realistic, even if you're at 1 subscriber and it's very realistic, or you're going to get there, you just have it in your guts, and or let's say you have a good job in life, you're paid well, but you want the side hustle to grow, and you don't mind how long it takes to grow, or you know that if you just let it be free and grow freely, you'll get there eventually somehow. You know what I mean? Like I want people to realize that, and you have to remember, giving a sense of false hope is something that isn't good, but we have to remember that, like, look at all the creators. Look at creators out there. Like, some of them don't have like the conventional standard of beauty. Many of them don't, right? Some of them are disabled. Some of them are older women, like grandmothers or grandfathers, like a lot older. Some of them are basically people that are not conventionally attractive in the least. They're the complete opposite. And they're popular that way. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more variation these days in being successful, and it's not a cookie cutter, It's not like you have to be Barbie and Ken and be the most beautiful person in the world to be famous, right? You can be famous for all other kinds of reasons, right? It's totally different now with a lot of people fighting for equality in many areas now. There are a lot more diverse creators. And I'm not talking just LGBT, I'm not talking about just religion or race, I'm talking about a combination of all those things, right? Or a combination of looks, or a combination of age, or a combination of all kinds of stuff. Even like young kids or elderly people are doing very, very well on the platform, right? So it's not like it's unheard of that you could be successful. You look around, watch videos, see what videos are getting high views, see what videos are doing very, very well, right? If you see a video and it looks like it's doing very exceptionally well, and you think the creator is, maybe you have a negative judgment on them, that means other people value them very, very much, and lots of people do because they're successful. Maybe you don't, but you know what I mean? Like, we live in a world where it's not just us judging, it's not just us pointing out what we like, right? All kinds of people are there. All kinds of people like different things, right? We live in a very diverse world, and to allow yourself to sink into that world and enjoy it for what it is, the diversity of it, is incredible, right? But in general, that means that more creators, there are a lot more millionaires than there used to be. Like, I did read something saying there is over 1 million millionaires in Canada out of 40 million people, which means that, 3% of the population is a millionaire, which is like, even the looks category, like 1% of the population is the conventional standard. So it even beats the looks category, right? And I know having over $1 million is something that seems like a tough feat for a lot of people, but in general, it just means that the economy, and I know we're going kind of through a recession a bit, inflation is incredibly high, but in general, it just means there are a lot more people that are millionaires now than there used to be. So it just means that it's quite honestly, the side hustle, like, there's so many side hustles you can choose, and so many things. Obviously, you don't want to fall for a scam side hustle, that's not cool, but there are many side hustles. Just be careful, you don't want to fall for a scam. But there are many side hustles, there are many things we can do to be millionaires. So it is quite awesome to see that we have many more opportunities than we did before, right? Anyway, I want you guys to remember that when I do videos like this with false hope, or videos that are saying, is it realistic for you? To not just automatically assume it's not realistic for you, or to assume that it's false hope for you, right? If you were told negative, trust me, I get told negative things constantly, right? Constantly. But I would never think it's false hope, or I would never think it's not realistic for me. If somebody said something positive in social media, I would just feel like, yeah, that's going to be me, right? You know what I mean? So no matter what you're told, like, even if I said it's you, false hope, which I would never do because not everyone is the same person. For some people it is false hope, but most likely you know yourself better, you know you're a star, right? But even if I said that, some people would obviously know better and be like, okay, well, it's not false hope for me because I'm a huge star, right? Which some people do videos like that, right? Some people do say, you basically are nobody, right? Or they say kinds of some things that are very negative. And like, you know when somebody has an assumption video and they just go on the assumption, they're just like, all women should be in the kitchen, right? Which no one would say now, because some people do say that, of course. But you're like, why would you say that when most women want a career and they want a husband that believes that their career is valuable, even if they make more than they do, right? But in general, some people are like, you belong in the kitchen, which some people do like that lifestyle, and they want to be they want to be a housewife or a house husband. But mainly the guys that say that mean housewife, right? But some people want that life, right? Maybe your husband's amazing and you want to cook him dinner, you want to stay home all day, take care of the kids. What's wrong with that, right? We all live in a world where we can choose the career or the housewife lifestyle, or house husband lifestyle. We live in a world now where there's many choices now, right? So everybody, like, all the choices that we think we can have or that we think we can do are open to us now more than ever, because we live in a very diverse society, right? There are feminists, there are people that are extremely Christian, there are people that are extremely religious, whatever religion they have, there are people that are every race, every religion, every LGBT. There's people that are non-binary. There's so much out there, right? We can't even fathom all the diversity, right? Or we can't even wrap our head around all the diversity, right? But diversity is beautiful and allows us to see many things in life where we wouldn't be able to see before, right? But in general, when I say the false hope or I say, not realistic for somebody, I don't necessarily mean that that's you, right? Because some people just take the automatic assumption that it's them, right? Which I don't think that's recommended. Because even if you are that person, there's other ways to make money, there's other ways to do things, right? I'm basically talking about social media here. I'm not talking about other things, but you can do other things too, right? You don't have to do social media. And you can still be very, 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 very successful, right? But in general, I want you guys to know that when you see a video that's like saying false hope or not going to be successful or whatever, not realistic, that you can separate yourself from that. Some people really get involved in that negativity thought process where they feel like it's them, right? So I want you guys to know that when I say you're a star and you're going to get star places, and if you resonate with that and you feel like that's true, then all the power to you, and that could be true. So yes, I want to celebrate with that with you guys, right? And when I say that, like if I say you're a star, or I say you have false hope, or I say you're amazing, you should still feel the same way about yourself regardless of what I'm saying. That's the whole point of self-esteem and self-awareness and knowing our worth, right? We could literally have a video that says you're totally nothing, or you're the best person in the world, and it won't faze us because we might enjoy the video more for what they're saying, but it wouldn't faze us because we know where we stand in the world, we know our worth, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Au revoir, guys, au revoir.